So you probably haven't seen my face in a while, unless you follow me on TikTok, but you probably should. But so, it's currently what, Sunday on February 8th. Dude, I was supposed to have this video done in like January. I've recorded this like so many times. Like it was supposed to be, at first it was supposed to be like a video talking about all the video games, or at least the console games I've played up until this point. But like then I realized while editing it was so long. So I decided, you know what, let's just do a Resident Evil video, okay? So in this video, while waiting for Resident Evil 9 to come out in like what, 19 days? 19 days, shit! I still remember when it was fucking announced, dude. I still remember the first trailer, shit. 19 days. So the purpose of this video is just for me to fucking yap about the 3 Resident Evil games I've played so far while waiting for Resident Evil 9 to come out on February 27th. Which, dude, so much shit is happening on February 27th. Like Resident Evil 9 release, Luke Dale and Tom McKay's new like Dungeons and Dragons series. I know jack shit about Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm willing to learn, and I'll gladly watch, right? And also there's gonna be the new Bruno Mars and Gorillaz albums. Dude, I'm gonna have the Bruno Mars and Gorillaz albums on shuffle, and the Luke and Tom's new D&D series playing in the background while I play Resident Evil 9. Dude, I'm actually gonna reach flow state. Bro. But so yeah, and also this video might contain spoilers for the Resident Evil game, for Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 8, and the Resident Evil 4 Remake. So if you don't want spoilers, then or at least some spoilers, then don't watch this. Go play the games yourself. I don't know. Also, we got a special guest. Everyone, welcome Mini Leon. Unfortunately, he's been written mute because he's been turned into a marketable product. So instead of adding any commentary or insight, he'll simply be sitting right. Give me a moment, hold on. Okay, never mind. He'll be sitting. He'll be sitting right here. He'll be sitting right here. Yeah. So, the first Resident Evil game I played, I'm sorry to say this, it was the Resident Evil 4 remake. Okay, I know. Yes, I'm new gen. I'm a new gen Leon fan. I know, but trust me, I'm not just here for Leon, okay? When I saw the trailer for Resident Evil 9, I was like, oh shit, a new character. And she's like me if I was in the situation. She's screaming and running and crying. Me too, girl. Me too. I'll feel right at home playing her. And then they announced Leon. I was like, oh, okay. Oh shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea how I like got into Resident Evil 4. Like I think I just heard about it in 2023 because of like because the remake came out, and that's when I first found out about it. I'm not sure. Like I think I watched Jay's playthrough. I watched Cub Scout's playthrough of it, so maybe that's why. But like I didn't reach the ending, so I mean, I guess this wouldn't count as a spoiler because it didn't happen, but for the ending, so okay, I guess kind of spoilers, but in the ending, you know how like Leon and Ashley like go to Luis's lab to like get the plug out of them, right? Dude, I genuinely thought that like after Leon passed out, I thought since Ashley was cured but Leon just passed out, I thought like he was gonna wake back up and he was like controlled by the Plaga or something, and like there's gonna be like this whole section again where you're as Ashley and like running around trying to like power up the computer or something while Leon's fucking chasing you. Honestly, it's a cool idea. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, I'll write it. I'll write a Google Doc or something. I'll write a fan fiction. Okay. But anyways, so Resident Evil 4, at least the remake, it came out in 2023, while the original came out back in 2005, and my brothers played it, but this time I played the remake, right? So it takes place in 2004, and you play as Leon, and so now he's a government agent. I don't know if he's a DSO agent at this time or not. I think that's later, but correct me if I'm wrong. But he's like a government agent of some kind, and he was tasked with saving the president's daughter, Ashley Graham, from a crazy Spanish cult that she was kidnapped by somewhere in Spain, in this little village. And like my question is, why the fuck are you sending only one dude, like one little fuckboy, to go save the president's daughter? Like, I know it's supposed to be like a top secret mission, right? But like, can't you do that with like a small group of people? Like, excuse me, this is the president's daughter, bro. Dude, if this was America in real life, bro, they'd send like 10 SWAT teams to bomb the whole place with the shit. But anyway, so Leon has to go save her, and he meets some new people and also a familiar face that I'm not quite fond of, but you know, I probably shouldn't say anything, or I'll probably get slimed the fuck out. So yeah.
Jesus! Come by here, Lord, come by here!
Also, it's, at least the original is like highly regarded as like a legendary game, like one of the best games, I think, or at least one of the best Resident Evil games, right? And I can see why. And of course, since it's the remake, they did change some stuff. Like, they got rid of a few sections, but it was a pretty faithful remake in my opinion. It's just some parts a little different, and also I don't know. But anyway, this game is where I got introduced to my beloved husband. He's gonna be in Resident Evil 9. Trust me. I'm Capcom. It worked last time. Okay, it worked last time with Ghosts of Yotei. Okay, rant. I'm telling you this right now. Okay, before Ghosts of Yotei was announced, all right, I was into Ghost of Tsushima, right? And I was thinking about, oh, it would be cool to have a female protagonist who's as badass as Jin, who's also the ghost, who wears a cool mask and has a straw hat of some kind. Sound like anyone? So now I'm convinced that my manifestation works, and therefore Luis will be an RE9. You can't tell me otherwise, okay? Okay, I'm willing it into existence, okay? If he's not an RE9, then he must be an RE10, okay?
I stopped my rambling.
So Resident Evil 8 or Village was the second Resident Evil game I played. It came out back in 2021, and there was a whole craze, especially with Markiplier and Lady D. I can see why, bro. It was like I like went on like those height calculator websites or something where there's like, you put the height of something and then of someone, and then like there's these characters that represent how the height differences would be, and like, bro, I checked mine. I'm like 5'3", and Lady D's like what, 9'6". I checked it and I'm like at her hip, bro. One of the only insane height differences that I will gladly accept. But so yeah, Resident Evil 8 or Village came out in 2021, and you play as this dude named Ethan Winters. And like, so, oh yeah, it takes place in Romania. So Ethan like has a wife named Mia, and they recently had a kid named Rose. I don't know if she had like a full name or is it just Rose, but yeah, Rose Winters, right? And they live in Romania now because of the things they experienced in Resident Evil 7, but I can't really say because I haven't played it, and I don't plan to. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't plan to. I'm too much of a pussy. But yeah, if you don't know what happened in Resident Evil 7, just watch a YouTube video about it, or just do some basic research, okay? But so they will relocate to Romania, and then Chris Redfield, one of the legacy characters, comes in and fucking shoots up his house, and like just straight up kidnaps Rose, and kills Mia. Because spoiler alert, that Mia wasn't actually Mia. It was the main villain, Mother Miranda, who was trying to steal Rose. But the thing is, Ethan didn't know this because Chris was being a bitch and refused to tell him anything, which is so stupid. Like, bro, you know this man was willing to go through a fucking madhouse for his wife after she legit told him not to go there. Why would you not tell him what the fuck is happening with his kid? He's Resident Evil Dom Toretto, bro. Everything about him is family. Why would you not tell him this? You know what's funny is that back when I barely knew the lore, you know the memes of like, I'm not sure if this is canon or not, but like I know the memes of like Chris having erectile dysfunction or something. That's why he can't have kids, and that's why like there's like this meme where he's desperately trying to get like Leon or something to crack Claire so they have kids and continue the Redfield bloodline. I don't know if that's canon or not. I think I searched it up once, but I don't know. And so I thought the reason why Chris killed Mia was because like he wanted Ethan to crack Claire. I don't know, okay? But yeah, so Ethan now has to go to this random village in Romania to get this, pieces of his daughter. Pieces. They done cut her up, bro. She is a baby at this point, by the way. She's only like, what, 1 year old? A baby. A fucking baby. Right, and so like he has to, you know, fight fucking vampire ladies. He has to fight this river monster thing. He has to fight a lady and her fucking puppets. Like, bro, that whole goddamn that section, bro, the fucking baby thing in the basement. Fuck. And then he has to fight this crazy mechanic guy who happens to also be Elijah Kamsky for some reason. And then fight Mother Miranda and get his baby back. And then, spoiler alert, it turns out he's been dead since the first game. Which explains why he can get his fingers cut off and then, like, function like normal. Bro, he got his whole hand sliced off and just glued it back on. How did bro think he was still human? But like, don't even get me started on the fucking DLC, bro. In the DLC, you play as Rose when she's like 16 years later. Also, it's weird to think about. I'm older than Rose. I have never played a video game where the main character is younger than me. It's so weird to think about. But like, dude, don't get me, bro. Don't get me started on the DLC, bro. Don't play with me right now. Resident Evil 8 might be the saddest Resident Evil game so far, dude. It's just so tragic. It's so tragic. Like Rose, like wanting to be with her dad and everything in the DLC and like visiting his grave, bro. Oh, you know what's funny? I played since I finished like 80% of the game in like one day, and I bought the gold edition, so I got like the Winters pack or whatever it's called. And like, so I got the DLC and everything. I also got the third person mode, but since I finished 80% of the game like in one day, I only got to play the third person mode on Ethan's story, like for the last boss fight. So oh well. And also Chris's section. But, that's it for Resident Evil 8, man. That game took a fucking toll on me, bro. I was in tears after finishing both the main game and the DLC, man. So finally, the most recent Resident Evil game I've played recently, because this is technically the first remake. It's his game, specifically him. You see the RPD. It's his game. The original came out back in 1998, but they made a remake in 2019, and so the story takes place on September 30th, 1998, I think. I don't know, he keeps fucking blabbering on about it.
September 30th, 1998.
So it takes place in 1998, and this time it's dual protagonists, so you play as both Leon and Chris's little sister, Claire Redfield, and they both have their own different stories throughout the outbreak in Raccoon City. And so Leon's story is he bro, I don't even know how to explain it other than just like his romance with a certain Asian lady. Other than that, it's like him. I don't know how to explain his story. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know how to explain it other than the whole romance plot, bro. Like, let me think. Okay, but you know what's funny? I remember you know what's bad? When I remember Claire's story more than my favorite character's story, dude. I don't know, how do I explain it? It's him. So like they both have to go to the police station, right? The RPD, and like they both have to solve puzzles and stuff and like try to get to the parking lot, right? And like, so Leon's thing, he has to find the G virus, which is what is trying to find, right? And spoilers, she lies and tells him that she's FBI, and he believes her because, I don't know, she flashed a badge or something. While they're, you know, trying to find the G virus, he later finds Annette Birkin, who is okay, so Resident Evil, there's this evil company called Umbrella Corp, which like they're supposed to be a pharmaceutical company, but they make like, they're behind like a bunch of like zombie outbreaks and stuff with like their crazy like bioweapons and shit. And one of the bioweapons they made was the thing called Mr. X, which is like the stalker in Leon's story. Like he's more in Leon's story. Like he just keeps fucking stalking Leon, bro. I remember the first time, dude, I played the game. I was on assisted, right? Because I'm a pussy. I was on assisted. This motherfucker, oh, he scared the shit out of me, bro. Like, God knows how much time I stayed in that fucking safe room. But yeah, so like you got that, and so Leon and go into like the Umbrella like labs and stuff to find the G virus, and with like trying to find Annette Birkin, and then like it turns out, and then like after like a boss fight with William Birkin, who was Annette's husband, who injected himself with like the G virus or something else, I think, which made him this giant crazy monster. So you fight him, she reveals, oh, is not FBI, she's a mercenary, and she's lying to you, and she's trying to sell off the G virus to someone. That's someone, I don't know if at this point it was Wesker or who, right? But yeah, that happens, and they have a whole confrontation, and then there's a whole boss fight with Mr. X, and bro, dude, I was on like a hardcore. I was trying to get S rank on hardcore, right? And like the boss fight, bro, it took so many tries, but I clutched so hard. On like my final try. It was so clutch. I was fighting. I was on my last herb, bro. I couldn't fight anymore. Like I was praying to the heavens for that bitch to finally give me the fucking rocket launcher. Like please, I was praying for the heavens to just drop the rocket launcher in front of my face. Like dude, thank God I did it. And so Claire's story, I remember it way more because I'm gonna be real with you. As much of a Leon fan as I am, Claire's story was far more interesting. It hooked me in more. It was the themes. Oh my god. But so Claire, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Leon's a rookie cop. Claire is supposed to be just like a college student, And so she gets caught up in this with him because they met at the gas station and like they saved each other, right? But so Claire's story, she pretty much does the same thing as Leon at first, and then she meets Sherry Birkin, who is Annette and William Birkin's daughter. So this is
my Birkin.
This is
another Birkin. But what makes these two Birkins different?
That is what we'll be answering today. But so yeah, you meet their daughter Sherry, and that's when the first William Birkin boss fight comes out. And so William Birkin is more prominent in Claire's story, right? Because later, while she's running around with Sherry, Mr. X comes to get them, right? And they were running into an elevator, and then like Mr. X was like clawing open the elevator. It was insane. And they were like trying to get away from him, right? And then suddenly William Birkin comes in, his dad instincts kick in, and just fucking guts him, bro. Honestly, W dad, W fucking dad for that. But and so we didn't have to deal with him for the rest of the game. Absolute W, absolute W. But so yeah, that happens, and then it was after Sherry escaped from the orphanage, I think, because before that, when again they got to the garage, right? They went to the parking lot, and then the police chief. I'm 90% sure he would have ended up on an episode of To Catch a Predator back in the day.
Could you explain yourself?
Because holy shit, bro, he just straight up kidnaps Sherry because and like Sherry lets him because she didn't want Claire to die. He didn't want him to shoot Claire. But then so like he steals Sherry, and now Claire's mission is to get the key card to get out of the parking garage to get to Sherry. And Sherry's section, dude, she's like running around this orphanage all alone and like trying. She's running from this fucking madman. This low-key might be a PDF file. I'm sorry that I have to say that. I don't know if I can say the actual word here, but like, yeah. Especially with recent events, let me tell you that. She's just running around, and she finally escapes, and so she finally reconnects with Claire, and then after that, they meet Annette Birkin, her mom, and then like, bro, at first Annette, bro, she PMO so bad, like, bro, take care of your daughter, what are you doing? And then we find out that Sherry is infected with something, because like, I don't know, I think like her parents were fucking like experimenting on her or something, bro, it's horrid. And that's why the police chief was like trying to kidnap her. He was helping with like experiments or something, I don't know, and like it had to do something like in her locket, in her necklace. It's so cooked, bro. It's so cooked. It's so Jover. But like, so after that they escape together, and then like, bro, also by the way, okay, not the last one in Claire's story, but like the second to last William Birkin boss fight, bro. So in Leon's, he also has a last boss fight with William Birkin, but like it was like against his will. Like he was trying to talk to Annette or something, and then he gets like pulled into Annette like forces him into it, right? But bro, Claire's version, she goes up to Annette and like gives her the vial of like a cure or something for Sherry, and it's like, yo, take this, take care of your daughter. I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with your husband. It's like, bro, the aura, she willingly does that. She didn't have to do that, but she does it anyway because she cares about Sherry. Absolute aura, bro. Yo, where is the alpha male edits of Claire, bro? Dude, she's so tough.
No. I got this. You should take care of Sherry. You don't know what you're up against.
Okay.
But like she fights him, and then like, yeah, and then I think Annette dies. Oh well. And then she escapes with Sherry because she's all good at nanny now. And like Sherry's like for some reason a fucking spy master. Like she goes and crawls into vents and shit to like open like doors for Claire. Okay, Sherry, we see you, Sherry, we see you. And so they do that, right? And then they escape, right? And then they like power up a train or something. And then they have the last boss fight with William Burke. And this was also very clutch for me. Like, dude, I had to try it so many times, even though I already had the machine gun and like some extra guns from Leon's playthrough. And like, so I finally did it, right? And then they got the ending. And also Leon like catches the train, thankfully, while the whole place was exploding, bro. And yeah, so they did that and they escaped, right? But also, there's also a thing in this game called a second run, where like it's like, so there's like there's like Leon A, there's Leon, there's I don't know, there's like a scenario like in the second run you can see what Claire was doing in Leon's story, and then in Leon's second run you can see what Leon was doing during Claire's main story, kind of like that. And so in the second run, if you play the second run, you can actually get the secret ending where you play as both of them, but you can get it as either Leon or Claire, but you have to play the second one. And so the secret ending is that like they walk off into the sunset together, and bro, this is like the confirmation of Cleon, bro. Like Sherry's like, yo, are you guys girlfriend and boyfriend? And like she keeps saying like, yo, you can adopt me, we can get a puppy. Like, bro, I had to make fan art of this. It was so adorable. Like, Cleon will be canon in Resident Evil 9. I don't care what anyone says, okay? I don't care. I better see a wedding ring on both of them, okay? If you say you're Cleon's #1 fan, you're wrong. Because Sherry Birkin exists. She's the OG, bro. She's the president of Cleon, dude. She's the president of Cleon in the same way Luke Dale is the president of Hansry for KCD, right? But so yeah, that's Resident Evil 2. And also there's an extra mode called Ghost Survivors, where so it's in the story you meet some of these characters who unfortunately died in the story, but in Ghost Survivors it's like it's like Marvel's what if, like what if they didn't die, what would they do? And it's kind of like Mercenaries, where you have to like go through hordes of zombies and like do stuff, yeah, and like you get secret endings and stuff for the characters, so that's cool. I like that. And also you get like extra cosmetics and stuff, so so that's the end of the video, I guess. I don't know what really else to say. I know like I've never posted like a webcam video. I mean, this counts as I'm literally just recording this on like my iPad stacked on like some books. But yeah, so to the 5 people who watched this, thanks for watching. I've bro, again, I've made this video so many times. Like, I don't know, it's because like I don't have time, because like I swear the only times I get to like be alone like this is like during the early morning. Like currently it's like what, it's 9 a.m. right now. I started recording at like 8:30 because I don't want my family to like hear me speaking rice. It's embarrassing. And also like yeah, I just hope like I get this video out before RE9 actually comes out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing and KCD, so yeah, see you around.
See you yourself.